Hello and welcome to the Overly Animated Podcast, where we take animation seriously. We talk everything animation here in the Overly Animated Podcast, including all of the animated shows, which is what we're discussing today, and movies. I'm Dylan Hysen, ever, of all time. I'm Dylan Hysen, and today I am joined by Delaney Stovall.
Hey, y'all.
Sam Quattro.
Hi.
Justin Cummings.
Hello.
And Michelle Anderer.
Yo.
I had an order. I'll find the order as we talk. But yes, hello. We have assembled the whole core OVA crew here to celebrate our second anniversary of the birth of Overly Animated. Ooh. Really? It's a birthday. I don't know why.
Birthday.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, we're the terrible twos.
Oh, we are. Oh, no wonder. That explains a lot.
I believe we'll be I'll put this out Saturday, which I think is our 2-year mark on Overly Animated. It is also our 392nd podcast, so this will also be dual.
Close enough.
We're getting closer.
This will also be our celebration of 400th. We're not going to have a second one.
Wow.
But yeah, 2 years, 392 podcasts. That is almost 200 podcasts a year. Thoughts?
It's a lot.
Wow.
I think we did pretty good.
Yeah, so sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm not putting enough content up, and then you do the math, and it's actually more than one every other day. So that's interesting that we've done. Yeah, that probably comes from Voltron and like Steven Bombs. So it's like a lot in a short amount of time sometimes. But yeah, here
also Summer of Steven, where we all died.
Yeah,
God,
Summer
that
of
was
Steven
great,
was a big
though.
one. Yeah.
Glorious and awful.
So here we are with here. Well, I didn't even say what we're talking about. Yeah. So in celebration, it's not really doesn't really need to be an overly animated or a anniversary topic, but we're going to be counting down our 10 most favorite all-time animation characters. Not just current, all-time, could be from movies or shows. Completely up to the preference of the ranker, basically, or I gave this a subtitle, just 10 characters you want to talk about. So it doesn't necessarily need to be your 10 favorites. 10 people you want to mention, or animals or whatever. Ghosts. We'll see. We'll see who's the weirdest type of person.
I know who Sam's number one is. We all know.
Does anyone have Casper? No.
I don't know.
I have a ghost, but it's not Casper.
Is it Danny Phantom? Yeah, so.
Oh my god.
Okay, so we'll go through everyone's list. Yeah, if, did I have something to say? I can say something about the end, but, I don't know. It's 2 years. Yeah, congrats all of us. Thank you to you for, you people who's on the podcast.
You're welcome.
Everyone's put on
job.
a lot of effort into Overly Animated, especially recently, and, thanks to all our listeners. I'll talk more at the end, but. Yeah, big milestone. A lot of content. It's great. Thumbs up. So let's celebrate by just doing a topic we could have done in a different podcast, because I guess that's what we're doing. So, I do want to eventually do a clip show type of thing. That's a lot of effort, but, maybe 500th. We'll see. Of like
hire someone to do
like
that.
the best moments. No, I'm going to hire the patrons to compile like times of clips they like. So hire in quotes.
Please.
But yeah, so that's for the future. Anyway, but we're going to get into our top 10 favorite animation characters. So, here's how we're going to do it. We're going to do honorable mentions at the end. The reason I want to do that is because, my list might change as we go on. So I don't want to limit myself to.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's like, which, anime character
real.
do I want to talk about? I'll decide when we get to it. So, but yeah, we're going to go through everyone's 10 to 6 and then 5 to 1. So 10 to 6, we're going to rotate through all of us, tell us, the character, what they're from, and, why you love them. So, there you go. Let's start off with, I can't find my order. I'm pretty sure Delaney was first though. So let's start off with Delaney's 10 to 6.
Okay, so my number 10 is Tommy Pickles from Rugrats.
Okay, starting off strong here.
Dang, yes.
He was always my favorite. I love Tommy. Like, I am Tommy. He's the best. Also, Rugrats is like the purest show. Like, if you don't like Rugrats, there's something wrong with you. Like, I'm sorry. Like, there is.
It gives me a lot of anxiety.
It's messed up, but that's the
It is
appeal.
messed up, I agree,
Yeah.
but it's like so great. Also, it's so cute. Like, they're telling stories, and then they like get lost in jungles. It's great. Like, it's a good show. Tommy's the best. And then my number 9 is Marvin the Martian.
Back up. I have a question about Tommy. Does the adult what was the second show? All Grown Up. Does All Grown Up
They're
Tommy
actually just
count
teenagers.
as number 10? Does that count?
Yes, because I also loved All Grown Up.
Okay, good. Thumbs up. Approve. Okay, number 9.
I know a lot of people didn't like it, but like I loved All Grown Up. Like that's the best. So my number 9 is Marvin the Martian. Like, Marvin the Martian's so Looney Tunes, Marvin the Martian.
Interesting choice. Like, okay, yeah.
I love him. Like, he's so great. He's so stupid. Like, I just love Marvin the Martian. Like, he's like mine and my dad's fave. Like, he's so great. Like, I just love him. Like, he's just the way he talks, and he's just this ridiculous alien. And his character design is stupid, and it's great. And then people are probably going to yell how low this is on my list. So, like, this is really hard.
Oh, wait, hold on. Before I forgot to say the stipulation, right? Like, but I don't know if this is what we're getting into. So, no, I told you guys. I forgot to tell the listeners. So, I said limit 3 characters per property.
Oh.
So,
yeah.
this is the Avatar rule. No more than 3 Avatar
Basically.
or /Korra characters.
Otherwise, the entire list would be Avatar.
And I threw in the Justin caveat: no more than 3 DC and Marvel. So, there you go. But
that's DC and Marvel each, right?
Yeah, it is each.
Well, obviously, they're not the same.
Right. So,
I did limit myself though. I limited. I have 1 DC total.
Yeah, I there's no, I don't think we care about the order. Like, this is personal faves. It's also just people you want to talk about. So, yeah, get into your number 8, Delaney.
I guess my, clarification, again, when I was I guess I was talking to my mom, I was talking to my girlfriend, and she was like, why, okay, spoilers, Korra is not on my list. The reason why is if we were doing top 10 best characters, Korra would be number 1. These are my faves.
All right.
So this is actual faves,
so you get
and it's hard.
Lynn instead of Korra on Delaney's list, yeah.
No, that's silly.
Yeah.
Okay. And so it's also hard for me to rank shows that I currently watch. So these are these aren't shows we currently watch. These are my classics, my all-time faves. So my number 8 is Mabel from Gravity Falls, because I love her and she's perfect and flawless. And it hurt me to put her so low, but she had to be on the list, and there's just a lot of people, but I love her and she's so pure and she's just the best. Why not? Mabel's just the best. And her sweaters, which I always notice her sweaters, unlike Dylan, for the record.
Call back to early OVA days, yes. Dylan not knowing
every episode. Her sweater, what?
Yes, good choice with Mabel, yeah.
Okay, and you said to 6, right?
Yeah.
So I'm on 7. So my 7 is... Wait, no. That was... What? Yeah, okay. I can't count. It's fine. Number 7, Raven from Teen Titans.
Oh,
I loved... Teen Titans was... I love Teen Titans. Oh my god. And Raven has always been one of my favorite characters. And, just her personality... I just love the way Teen Titans... portrayed Raven. She's a great classic DC character, and just the way they just did everything in Teen Titans, and just Raven was always my favorite. She wore a cloak and just hated everyone and shouted spells. That's what's there not to love about Raven? She's the best. And my favorite episode of one of my favorite episodes of animation ever is when they go into Raven's mind. That is quality episode.
Yeah,
and
good choice. Glad we got Teen Titans on the list. Still a hotly discussed show, I think, and for our age bracket, certainly a fave of a lot of people's.
Yeah, everybody loves Teen Titans Go.
You meant Raven from Teen Titans Go, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
that's what you meant.
And number 6, people will be shocked. This is so low. Scooby-Doo. I don't have to talk about Scooby-Doo.
I don't think anyone's going to be shocked anything solo when you have all of time to pick the characters from. But
right.
Why Scooby-Doo?
So when I was younger, I didn't make up imaginary friends. My imaginary friends were the entire Scooby-Doo gang. On my bed right now is actually a giant plush Scooby-Doo. I love Scooby-Doo. He's just the best. I grew up watching it. I've seen the old Scooby-Doo. I've watched every incarnation of Scooby-Doo except I think the most recent, the stuff they've been showing on Cartoon Network. I just haven't had the time to watch it. Also, the animation is weird and I don't like it, but I just love Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo is just a classic character. He's a talking dog. He's the talking dog. He solves mysteries. He eats Scooby snacks, and he's a scary cat. I just love Scooby. Scooby-Doo is one of the best characters of all time. I just love Scooby-Doo.
Nice. Yeah. If you're ranking 10 iconic animation characters, certainly Scooby-Doo a contender for that. That could be the list too. That's interesting. But yeah.
My list for that would be very different. But Scooby-Doo would definitely be on there.
Nice. Thumbs up. That was your 6, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Good 10-6. Feel free to jump in with comments on any of these. If they're on, you don't need to say if they're on your list, though, then you can talk about when they get to you. But yeah, very interesting choices from Delaney. I figured out the order. This is a scientifically calculated order, and Justin.
You worked really hard on this.
I did, and Justin will be going next. So
I actually thought I was next. Like, I know the way you think about these orders, and I figured it'd come to me. So, spoiler alert, my list has no Steven, no Avatar Korra universe. I wanted to go with stuff that is uniquely me-ish, and hopefully there's no overlap with anyone else on this list at all.
This is why I subtitled this list 10 characters you want to talk about. This doesn't need to be the true faves.
I genuinely like all of these characters,
okay.
but I knew I've talked about Steven a lot. I've talked about stuff from Avatar. I wanted to mention characters I may never get a chance to talk about again.
Yeah, I agree. So, and spoiler for later, but I also did not put any Steven Universe characters on. So it's just got to make room for some interesting discussions, right? So let's get into Justin's alternative list.
So Dylan already spoiled number 10, Danny Phantom.
Ooh, I thought it was Sam.
I thought it was higher.
Will it be Sam's 1, Justin's 10? Why do you love Danny Phantom?
Well, it would have been higher, but Dylan spoiled it. I love Danny Phantom because he's just, he's one of the first truly original kind of TV superheroes that was not from a comic book. And I always appreciate when superheroes don't originate from a comic and they kind of go outside that medium. But also, there was a recent video, and I'm just going to steal a quote here. It's like if Peter Parker was dead. Is basically Danny Phantom. It's all the fun teen angst and problems of Spider-Man mixed with ghost powers. It was something relatively unique. It gave us a lot of cool enemies, but Danny fought them all very valiantly, and he was just your normal teenage guy. You know, he had normal problems. I love Danny Phantom for the reason a lot of people love Peter Parker, except Danny Phantom never had the issues of Peter Parker, of it running too long. And Peter Parker just doing the same thing over and over and over again. It was a good length. We got to see a good amount of Danny, and, well, I love him.
Nice. You said, you said you were like, Danny Phantom is just, and I thought you were going to get into the theme song. But that's not where you were going with that. But yeah. Okay, cool.
I thought that was going to happen too.
Yeah, that's right. so, thumbs up. Yeah.
My number 9 from My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic.
Oh my God.
We have...
Who's it gonna be?
We have Scootaloo.
What? Who even is that?
Whoa! You don't know who
I don't even know why I'm shocked, because I have no idea who any of these characters are, because I've never watched My Little Pony ever.
I've seen some of I don't know who that character is. Explain.
So there is a group called the Cutie Mark Crusaders whose sole purpose as a group is to finally mature and earn their cutie marks of what it is they're meant to do. And you have Apple Bloom, who's Applejack's little sister, Sweetie Belle, who's Rarity's little sister, and then Scootaloo is just kind of there. She's not like a younger sibling of any of the main ponies. She doesn't really have a connection. She looks up to Rainbow Dash, but she's not related to any of them.
Okay, I knew Rainbow Dash. Okay.
Yeah.
She's just this kind of neighborhood kid who just loves getting up to trouble and mischief. And she's adorable because she's a Pegasus, but her wings are still really tiny, and she can only kind of like scoot on the ground trying to fly.
Does it count as what?
Like a pony. I'm so confused.
Yes, because because you we're not getting into My Little Pony like.
Here we go.
But Scootaloo is just, she's fun. She's kind of connected to the main ones. She pops up a lot, but of like the younger ones, she's the only one that stands on her own, and she's adorable, and her coloring is just so cute, and she's just adorable. So yeah,
if there's no Twilight Sparkle on Justin's list, we riot. So there you go.
There is no. I had one Tara Strong character and she's gone. There's no Tara Strong on my list.
Yeah, I don't know who. I would watch like some of of season 1 and I don't know what you're talking about, but I remember like some of the main people. Steve is shook right now, by the way, Justin. So thanks for talking about My Little Pony.
Steve just had to pause it and was like, screaming
at last.
He's typing the email right now.
Yeah, it's happening. Right. Okay.
Let me give you my thoughts.
Continue, Justin.
My number 8 is going to be number 1 from Codename Kids Next Door.
Ooh, good choice.
Almost made my list. I feel you really hard. Oh my god, Codename Kids Next Door. Yes.
So, number 1, as a character, like we're talking early 2000s Cartoon Network, his character is incredibly dynamic. From the beginning, where he was just kind of the cool, calculated team leader, to then we get to, as the seasons go on, we see his weaknesses, we see him become vulnerable, we get to learn more about him, we see his relationship with his dad, we see the fact that his dad was an agent, and how number 1 then relates to him. We eventually, in the finale, spoiler for like a decade-old episode, we see number 1 go off, join the Galactic Kids Next Door, leave behind everything he's known. He's just such an interesting character who had a lot of really good development in a time when that wasn't a big thing. And I think because of that, he's kind of forgotten as being a very dynamic character, but his arc is really, really worth talking about.
Can we we have to do a podcast on Codename Kids Next Door. Like, we absolutely have to.
Because there's just some incredible plot points there. And number 1 was always on top of things. And when he wasn't, he reacted honestly. And I thought he was just a very, very interesting character that doesn't get enough credit.
K&D's the type of show that I watched when I was like 10 or something, and I watched it super religiously, but I like don't remember any of it. And I remember loving it, so I'd kind of like.
I remember like Rainbow Monkeys and certain other things.
I'm traumatized from the Pink Eye episode. Like, I mean, actually traumatized. Like, it's not.
I
okay.
was really past Cartoon Network at that point in my life, so
Sam was done. Yeah, I
religiously watched that show.
Candy's the type of show I'd love to rewatch now and see what I would think. Now.
There's definitely some filler, but the filler can drag on. But man, there are some episodes that are just stellar episodes.
One of those shows that you forget like had a point. Like, it was a really cool, unique idea, and they actually like did stuff. It was amazing.
Yeah, they changed the world quite a bit.
And then, turning 13, like, oh my god, like, so dramatic.
That and the bras. I remember the bras.
Yeah.
The battle armor.
We now have to do a Candy podcast, but my number 7, going back to Teen Titans, is Terra.
Yes, I agree.
I knew Dylan was Dylan was waiting for
Terra's my favorite Teen Titans character, yeah.
I cried. This was when I think, like, this is one of the standout moments of my childhood. Like, I don't even remember when I watched Teen Titans. Like, I couldn't tell you much about that time period, except the first time I saw Terra turn evil, and I'm like, no, what's happening? No, you're not allowed to. You joined the team. No, this is not okay. And just, it took me for a loop. I was like 9. I didn't know about Judas Contract. I didn't know that was coming. And just her character arc, I thought, was very well done. And it's a shame she only lasted a season. Looking back now, I know the character has always been short-lived in any iteration, but then I didn't know that. And to be genuinely stunned by something like that has rarely happened since. But I think I forget just how good Teen Titans Season 2 was, and that's all because of Terra.
Shoutouts to Andy, who also had Terra on. I posted in the patron group, so seeing like, what would your guys be before this happened? Yeah, Andy also has Terra. I don't even remember the whatever Terra plot point you're talking about, to be honest. I just remember that.
I remember the scene distinctly. Like, there's like lava, like there's all sorts of crap going on, man. Like, oh man, that was I have seen every episode of Teen Titans like at least 3 times. I love Teen Titans. It's the best.
That's definitely another show that's like Candy and Teen Titans, shows that had plot that I watched when I was younger. I just don't fully process now that I should look back on. Yeah.
I have a Lego. Like, I made the tower out of Legos, and it is still on my shelf. Like, I'm looking right at it.
Nice.
Pics. Yeah.
Pics or it didn't.
Pics or didn't happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
I have my flash on my phone. Jesus.
Yeah. Okay. Continue.
So, I moved an anime character to honorable mention because I completely forgot. I claimed Total Drama as my favorite series ever, and I didn't have a Total Drama character on here, and I had to quickly think. I had to quickly think. If I had to pick one Total Drama character, who do I pick? And I went with Lindsay.
What? So, you went Lindsay over Gwen?
I did go Lindsay over. I forget you're the only person who knows what I'm
Yeah, Michelle I was there for that.
So I picked Lindsay because Lindsay's the one that surprised me the most. When we first saw Gwen, we kind of knew her character, but Lindsay you first see her and you're like, okay, she's the dumb blonde stereotype. And she kind of fit that for a while, but she started breaking out of that mold, right? She had some really clever moments. She broke out from under Heather's leadership. She went off on her own. She completely told off Heather, who is the main villain of season 1. She's just had some incredible standout moments. And especially in the first 3 seasons, she was written very, very well. And I think they knew she was perceived as the dumb blonde stereotype, and then they broke that again and again and again. Later seasons, not as much, but early on, especially seasons 1 and 2, the way they wrote Lindsay was just compelling. She was fun, she was sweet, and she was just always a joy to watch. And a lot of my favorite lines of every episode came from Lindsay. So she has to be my one pick from Total Drama.
Lindsay. No one understands that. Okay.
I don't even know if I remember like any of those characters.
Yeah, I never watched that show, so there you go.
My brother did.
Frequently talked about on the site by Justin, so you can check out our Total Drama podcast. That was your 6?
That was my 6.
Okay, cool, good. As expected, some interesting Justin selections. As Justin was talking, I remembered. I'm going to be editing my list as we go. I swapped out.
I've added.
I've been doing that.
I remembered someone. I swapped out. I'm down to 1 Avatar character now, so I don't know. But yeah, okay. Let's go to. Wait, who is next? Oh yeah, I'm gonna put Michelle next. So
why are you making me laugh?
It's not the last. I want to separate you and Justin. I think
Dylan's last.
I'm last. I anticipate you and Justin having the quirkiest list, so I'm separating them. Okay, so let's put,
okay. Rude.
He's learned this lesson from the year-end podcast.
You're like, what?
Yeah. So Michelle, let's take us through your 10 to 6.
Okay. My number 10 is Yuri Katsuki from Yuri on Ice.
Recent anime inclusion, nice.
Very recent. Yeah. I love Yuri as a character. Like, I honestly I relate to Yuri so much. Like, he's very insecure and really petty, and it lets him get in his own way all the time. And I love that about him. I love that he's so insecure, but when he finally just gets into it, he's really good at what he does. And he's really gay, and he's very sweet. But
he's really gay.
True.
Very imperfect. But
that was not something I've said before.
It's so true. And yeah, I don't know. I really love him. I love seeing his struggle with himself over the first season, and I'm super pumped for season 2. So he is my number 10.
Nice.
My number 9 is Zim from Invader Zim.
Yes! Nice.
That was awesome. Zim freaked me out as a kid, but I have so much for him. The character is so good. He's so evil, but he's so stupid. And that's what makes it work. If any other alien had gone to Earth, it would have been conquered. But Zim's the kind of person who's oh, I need to conquer Earth. Better go to school because I have to, because that's the rules. No, it's not. He never had to go to school. He just did it because he's stupid. I love Zim.
He's stupid.
I love him so much. And it's just the way, the VA for him, just God, what a match made in heaven. His laugh, the way he talks, it's just so good.
Iconic.
It's perfect. I can't think of anyone else being Zim. It's just too good.
Thanks you for not putting Gur on your list.
No.
I thought if anyone put Zim, it'd be Gur. That's interesting.
Oh no, Zim's way better. And Dips, he'll never be the fan favorite, so.
That's true.
Nice.
He's too serious.
I'm glad we got some invaders in discussion. Good so far. Continue.
My 8 is Jasper because
from Steven Universe.
Because she's beautiful and I love her design. You don't see a lot of animated lady looking people like that. Especially on kid shows. And I love her a lot. I mean, I feel like there's a lot left of her story that we're hopefully at some point, fingers crossed in the future, going to get
it. Representing Tumblr.
Seriously though, Jasper's so great. And her situation's very sympathetic, I feel. And I don't know, I love her gruff voice. I love her so much. I think she's so good. So she's my number 8. My number 7 I had to change because I realized, we can go into childhood shows. Why didn't I think of that before? So my number 7 is DW from Arthur.
Oh.
Ooh.
sass master. Like when I try to think of like a good quote from that show, like it's always a DW line. She has so many good lines.
She's savage.
Girl, but she is savage, and that's what's so appealing about her. And like honestly, when I was a kid, like I didn't have cable, so like PBS was one of like 4 channels that was consistently like available when I got home from school. So I watched Arthur like religiously for a while in DW. Yeah, she definitely has a place in my heart.
Nice.
6 is probably Star.
Star.
Well, and the thing with Star is like, I think when I was a kid, like I definitely identified more with like tomboyish characters, but like Star's so
retweet.
incredibly like girly way, and I love that about her, and I love her as a character, and I'm glad that like we're having a little more like diversity in that kind of front. So yeah.
That's why I like Mabel so much. Like, if I really wish I would have had Gravity Falls when I was younger, because I think I would have come out of the I'm not like other girls phase like a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Like a lot quicker. Like I really needed a Mabel.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, yeah. I love that. I'd love a more in-depth discussion on that. But yeah, very very good choices, Michelle. Let's get into Sam's list.
Wow.
The hype has been built. The hype has been building, Sam.
Great, I'm glad.
What is number 10?
Number 10 that I literally just swapped out is, God, I'm gonna butcher everything. Mizaki from Welcome to the NHK.
Okay. Yay.
She's the girl who's like all up in Sato's business. BT dubs. Basically when I was rewatching it, a couple months ago, like I just realized how relatable she was, and like how, how she is very much how I am, and like, I think it's important in fiction to have sort of reflections of yourself that you can like point at and be like, that's me. And there's definitely like a lot of myself in that character. And like, while she isn't like the best or like the healthiest or like the like most emotionally stable person, she's like, she's realistic in a way, like more realistic than I think a lot of that show tends to be. So yeah, she's great.
Nice.
All
right.
right.
And podcasted on by us at some point recently. Also, Yuri and I forgot to mention that too. Yeah. Check out those podcasts.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Number 9 is Tweety Bird.
Yes!
Oh my god! Sam, I'm learning so much about you.
I feel you so hard.
From the Looney Tunes. Tweety Bird was always my favorite Looney Tune. I love him. I thought he was a girl for the longest time. But he's not.
Those eyelashes.
Yeah, exactly, the eyelashes. I mean, there was like this one, like direct to VHS movie back in the day. It was like Around the World in 80 Days with Tweety Bird.
Oh my god, that movie's so great.
Yeah, and I watched that like a billion times, and he gets like a girlfriend, and it's like, it's great. I love him. So he's the best. Little bird. Yellow.
I almost put Granny on my list, so like, I feel you.
Love him.
Nice.
Okay. Number 8, Misty from Pokemon.
Nice.
Dang it, my girlfriend is screaming right now. Like, that's her fave.
I'm getting into the childhood things. I don't know. Misty, she was just this girl who was like really cool and like tomboyish and like Ash, you're such a dummy. You're so stupid, but I love you anyway. And you know what? I don't want to be a water Pokemon trainer like all of my sisters. I want to break out on my own. And then she eventually goes back, which, isn't that just life? You want to break out of the past that your family makes, but you just end up back into them. Anyway, Misty, lover, childhood role model, crush, etc.
Nice.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Number 7, Toph Beifong. From
low, man.
No. I mean, this is any character ever. So I think it's good on the list.
Much in the way of Misty, we have Toph. I don't know why I like Toph so much. She's like, well, it's like the earth bending thing, and like, being stubborn and tomboyish, and it's like a running theme in my life, really. I don't know. She's just like really brash and like blunt, but she's also has an emotional side, and that's important.
Mm-hmm.
Even the hardest of candies get soft at some point.
Deep.
It's like how
Very poetic, yeah.
if you leave like a Jolly Rancher out in the heat for like too long, it starts to get really sticky, like that.
Sticky with feelings.
Wow, deep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
That sounds bad, but yeah.
Like, it's fine.
Number 6, Jane Lane from Daria.
Oh God. Yes.
So the first time I watched Daria was when I might have been either a junior or a senior in high school. And at that time, I was really like getting into art and like, realizing that that's like what I wanted to do with my life. And Jane Lane from Daria is, Daria's best friend, artiste. I think she's like really perfect, like foil, not like perfect foil, but like a good like companion, chemistry, etc. with Daria. And like she's not as monotone and not as like sort of like one note, one feeling as Daria is. She gets upset. She, has a whole like separate like identity away from Daria, and it's like, I don't know. I really like Jane more than I like Daria. I probably like her more than the entire show. And she's the only one in the show that has any sort of gay panic. And you know what? We all need that in our lives, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Spoiler alert. Anyway,
Yeah.
That's
Nice.
my 10 through
Daria
6.
and TV show, correct?
Yes, I have the DVD box set.
Yeah. Good stuff, Sam. I'd say probably most obscure show talked about so far, Daria, but I don't know. Anyway.
Daria is not obscure.
It's not really. Among
It's not obscure.
Among certain
I'm just
circles.
too young to have watched it.
Yeah, I mean, I never super saw it, but yeah, it's, I definitely know a lot of people that are big into it. Okay, good stuff. So I will start with I've tried to categorize my list. So I'm starting with the movie section, which will merge with the anime section, and then so that's what I'm getting into now. Okay.
Dude, why did you never mind.
Why?
You just you make these rules for us.
They're right. They're ranked. I'm just trying to thematically group them. Jeez, but
you go your own way. Okay, whatever.
Look, okay. You'll see what I mean.
It's like the Fleetwood Mac song, Dylan. You just go your own way.
I mean, yeah, I got that.
You can call it Thunder.
Yeah. So you'll see what I mean. It's a normal list, but there's themes. Okay, let's start with 10. Very tempted to cut, but made it on. WALL-E is my number 10.
Yeah. Oh my god, I love WALL-E.
Yeah.
Oh, I cry every time.
Yeah. Had to include WALL-E. Thought what Pixar character to include WALL-E would definitely be the one, or Eve. You gotta put
so good.
Gotta put WALL-E on, I think. Yeah. WALL-E probably the second most relatable TM male character. I feel like I've seen WALL-E, and he's a robot, so and
male coded.
Yeah. This has been a frequent discussion topic.
Our robots, yes,
is the gender coding of the robots. But WALL-E's great. I love the movie WALL-E. It's one of my top 10 movies of all time. WALL-E himself is incredible. I always love male characters that are not like emotionless husks, and WALL-E definitely fits into that. And he's great. WALL-E and Eva are OTP, and there you go. I think we also had early on in OVA history, Mel and I had a WALL-E podcast, and I remember it getting super deep, so you can listen back to that discussion.
And I screened for 9 years because I wasn't on it.
We can redo. I've lifted the restriction on not doing movies only
on
once.
Mel.
So we can redo. We need to get Mel back on for the continuation of the Pixar rundown. But yeah, so that WALL-E, my number 10. Moving into all my anime characters here. Number 9, as recently discussed on the OVA podcast, Nausicaa. From Nausicaa in the Valley in the Wind.
I thought you would be higher.
I mean, I just wanted to group all my animes together. So, this is, I love Nausicaa. She's my fave, Miyazaki directed character. We'll see another one in a second. But, she's basically perf and, incredible. I strive to be Nausicaa in my life, and, she's wonderful. I don't know. Watch the movie. This is required viewing, Nausicaa, the Valley of the Wind. So definitely.
It was okay.
Don't listen to Sam. Don't listen to Sam.
Hot take from Sam.
Dylan made me watch it a couple years ago. It was okay.
It's required viewing. So there you go. Number 9.
Shia LaBeouf's in it.
If you watch the dub, Shia LaBeouf is in it. That is a frequent discussion point. Yeah.
Wait, is he really?
Yeah.
He's
like
the
even
guy?
Steven's era.
He's the minor guy. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, the dub is interesting. Uma Thurman's is what's her face? Yeah. Anyway, she's great. Okay, number 8. Probably, I mean, if I was really ranking like by order, might be my number 1, 2, or 3 is Shizuku Shukusima from Whisper of the Heart. Michelle feels me.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
Yeah, my favorite.
She's so relatable.
My favorite movie, Shizuku, always one of my favorite characters of all time. And she's such a wonderful character. The heart of that movie. I'd argue one of the best characterized, just anime film characters of all time. Like, really, relatable, incredible. Like, I don't remember if I made Sam watch this movie or not. I feel like Sam would like.
No, you
I think
didn't.
Sam, I think you
Sam would like
it.
Shizuku, but yeah.
Thanks.
Whisper of the Heart, I highly recommend. Always loved it. I did experimental solo podcast on Whisper of the Heart at some point, so you can listen back for that. I don't even want to listen back. But
It was good though. You did good on your own.
Thank you.
I remember.
Thank you, Michelle. But yeah, I have eternal love for Shizuku. She's incredible. Getting into anime TV, I have two anime TV slots I wanted to include. This is tough, but I'll go number 7. I'll go Haruhi from the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, which is
Not Around Host Club.
Oh, that's sad.
It's a lot of
That
Haruhis,
is
I feel
sad.
like. But
It was a choice. Yeah.
Haruhi Suzumiya.
What about her?
A Kyoto Animation show. I think the show is really good. I'd highly recommend this. Haruhi is a wonderful character. And she's like pretty iconic. I think the show is really iconic in modern anime, and Haruhi herself is very, very interesting. I won't spoil the aspects of Haruhi if you have never seen the show, but she's great, and yeah, eternally one of my faves. 6, I will go Yui from K-On!, eternal favorite of Dylan's. These preferences are not
Yes.
discussed too much. I don't know how much is known about anime preferences, but yeah, K-On! Always one of my favorite shows. And
Yeah, and you're saying me and Justin's are going to be like weird.
I mean, these are mainstream animes. For that, Yui I think is
Up
eternal.
animes from like what 10.
These are 10 years ago, sure.
5. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, and so Yui, I picked Yui over Azunyan, but Azunyan shares the spot for me. But, to comment on how bad my tastes are, those are my 2 favorite K-On! Characters. K-On! Is, I think the poster child of modern slice of life anime, so of course it's one of my favorites. And,
Oh yeah, Dylan loves a slice of life.
yeah. And
Yes, he does.
K-On's wonderful, another Kyoto Animation show, Fave Studio, and, yeah, super, not the best show of all time, but, wonderful, certainly great characters, love Yui. So, there is my 10 to 6. And let's go back around and get into everyone's 5 to 1, starting with Delaney.
Okay. My number 5. Daffy Duck from Looney
my
Okay,
Tunes.
you were very serious, and then you said Daffy
Whoa.
Duck. But
Listen, I
Daffy Duck.
love Daffy Duck. He is, okay, I know people be like, Bugs Bunny. No, Daffy Duck is hands down the best Looney Tunes character. I adore him. Also, he's the best simply because of Duck Dodgers. Like, obviously.
True.
Like, I love Daffy Duck. Like, I would sacrifice my life for Daffy Duck. I would fight for Daffy Duck. I
don't
love
think you
Daffy
need
Duck.
to do that.
Ex-
I love him.
Elaborate on that statement, Delaney.
Like, exactly what you die for.
Growing up, like, I don't know, like, everyone likes Bugs Bunny, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, Bugs Bunny's a jerk, and I know Daffy Duck's a jerk, but I feel bad for Daffy Duck. He doesn't
has more
deserve what he
motive.
gets.
Yeah.
I just love Daffy Duck. I've just always loved him. You just have your faves. And Daffy Duck, Daffy Duck absolutely has to be my top 5. Like, if we were doing, like, best characters of all time, Daffy Duck would still be in my list because I love him. He is so iconic. I adore him. And Duck Dodgers is also just one of the best shows ever. Like, so great. I actually had a Duck Dodgers, like, computer game. I don't even remember what it was called. I just vaguely, when I was, like, 6, playing on my dad's computer, like, I have, like, very vivid memories. Like, I have pictures in my head. I don't understand anything what's going on in it. But, like, I had a game. It was, like, side-scrolling. Like, Duck Dodgers, it's the best. And Daffy Duck is just the best. I love him.
That was really deep.
Yeah,
I
that
love
was
him.
deep, man.
So great. Like, I just love Daffy Duck. Like,
Polls
he's just the
from
best.
Delaney. Yeah, nice.
And he does not get enough credit. Everyone's like Bugs Bunny, and I'm like, no, Daffy Duck.
Who thinks Bugs Bunny's the best, though. He's not. He's not that interesting.
Probably some edgelord who's like, oh my god, Bugs
Who
Bunny.
is hotly debating this topic? No one. Like,
shit. No one says that.
No one's debating this, okay?
Somebody is probably debating it somewhere, Dylan.
Us right now, that's it. Like, that's...
The internet's a big place.
Exactly.
Okay, interesting
Slow
choice.
down.
Continue.
Okay, next. Kim Possible. She's just, do I even really have to say anything? Like, she's one of the, like, high five back. She's one of, like, she's just, so, like, Justin was talking about this earlier, like, you know, like, the kind of, like, early 2000s, like, you know, the kind of this beginning of, like, new wave cartoons, like, really, like, they're for kids, but they're really serious, they deal with serious topics, and they're just awesome, like, Kim, I mean, okay, also, listen to mine and Mel's Kim Possible. Did we actually record that? We did record it, but there was an issue. Did that actually come to light?
I
can't
believe
remember.
we had that podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we do have it,
out.
Go listen to mine. Like, we had like super issues with it. Just go listen to mine and Mel's Kim Possible podcast. We like fought Dylan forever, and they're like, fine, we're gonna do it because it's the best.
That's how you get things done.
Like it's like 2 hours of us talking about Kim Possible. Like, we love Kim Possible.
Accurate, but yeah.
It's really long though, like, for the record. For me and Mel trying to plan something for a month, yeah, no, it was like, Kim Possible, like, she's just the best. She's a cheerleader superhero, and, like, she, like, I don't, everything about the show, but then just Kim Possible herself. Like, she's just the best. She's super nice. Breaks that, like, horrible cheerleader stereotype. Granted, there's still Bonnie, but, like, anyway. I mean, Bonnie became a character, kind of. But I just love Kim Possible. Like, what a role model. Like, I was always really mad I didn't have, like, red hair because I wanted to be Kim Possible for Halloween, but I didn't want to wear a wig. Like, it was just a lot of, like, regret and upset that I didn't have red hair. Like, Kim Possible's so great. Like, what's there not to love about that show? And just Kim Possible herself. Like, she's perfect.
Nice.
Agree.
She can do anything. Like, it's so great.
She's Kim Possible.
Yeah.
Very expected for Delaney's list. So
no one's
you have
shocked.
3 left, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
yes.
two of them are Lynn and Toph, and I'm not sure if you're gonna go Avatar and Korra with the third, or if you're gonna go something else. So let's see. What is your number 3?
My number 3 is Velma from Scooby-Doo.
Okay, that's a good one.
Oh my god! Another high five for you. That's amazing.
Velma, like, she, like one, I love I love Scooby-Doo. That's established. Velma was one of those characters growing up that really impacted me. One, because, like, you know, kind of what Sam was saying, like, I saw a character like me on TV. Like, I love Velma. She's, like, nerdy, wears glasses, loses her glasses all the time. That's also one of the best gags ever in the history of, like, television. Like, that's so funny. Velma's just the best. Like, I just love her so much. Like, also, style iconic. Like, come on, like, look at her. Like, she's so great. I just, like, Velma's just the best. Like,
I think you have talked about Velma before, yeah, definitely.
I love her, like, 100%. Velma and Daphne are also madly in love with each other, for anyone who did not know.
It's canon as of that one movie you see Gift on Tumblr all the time, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We reviewed that movie.
Was that? I don't think it was that one.
Okay, not that. That one's like an edit, so that doesn't count. But we reviewed the Zombie Island where, like, Daphne's split up, and then Velma's like, oh, and, like, Daphne's like, oh.
Yeah, Daphne's like, no, the one that they're, the one where they're, like, living together. It's so stupid. Like, it's so funny. Because, like, you have Shaggy and, like, Fred, and so dumb. Yeah. Okay. Alright, 2 and 1, no one's shocked.
Okay.
Who wants to guess which is which, though?
Lynn's number 1.
Michelle's right. Michelle's right. Lynn is number 2.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, Lynn's, like, I love Lynn. She's just great, badass. Like, she wears a coat. Like, I love her.
Toph's the original, though.
Yeah, no, exactly.
True.
A great, like, Lynn, like, takes Toph to, like, a whole different level. Like, Lynn is just the rudest, like, ridiculous person, and I love her. Like, for me, like, I mean, if you listen to, like, Korra podcasts from the spirit world, like, I am, like, the Lynn expert. Like, I'm just like, what's Lynn doing? Where is she? And then it was like, where is Lynn?
Where's
I love her.
Lynn watch?
I need to know. She's the best. Oh my god. Like, I still just want to die every time, like...
Also, she's a gay with Kaya, right?
Yes, 100%, obviously.
We'll see in the comics. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that comes out pretty soon.
Yeah, coming out soon.
Yes.
Yeah. No shocks here.
Like Lynn is. Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
And then number 1, Toph, of course. I feel like we've done a podcast like this before, and I literally just like rave about Toph. Toph is I think, other than Hermione Granger, who obviously is an animation, is one of the, if not the most influential character on my life. Like Sam, super tomboy, and then I just I want to be Toph. Also, probably my gay awakening, but I didn't discover my gay awakening really until I was 18, but still, probably my actual gay awakening. I just love Toph. She's so perfect. And she's just so great. She doesn't care. She's gonna fight you. I just love her. She just meant a lot to me growing up. Yeah. So great. Also the sass. What? Great Katara, so obviously sassy, but Toph brought sass to Avatar to a whole different level. I just love Toph. She's so
Remember
special.
the Katoph, yeah.
Yes. She will always be my favorite character, of animation ever. I just love Toph. She's the best.
Thumbs up. It sounded like you said before, Hermione Granger is an animation. And I was, is an animation. And it's interesting, an animation. Okay.
Shut up.
I mean, she could be if Dylan wanted to count certain things, but he doesn't. So.
I don't think you asked about, certain things.
Video games.
I asked about puppets.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, sad.
Yeah, puppets don't count. I said no puppets, yeah.
Table.
Yeah, no video games, no puppets, yeah. Okay.
But wait, so what about the
point,
puppet episodes of Amazing World of Gumball that are coming up?
If it's still live action puppet, doesn't count. Yeah.
Forbidden.
Even though it's an episode of an animated series, we'll talk about every episode except the puppet episode.
Yes, doesn't count for coverage.
Except we're not going to talk about that show anyway.
We don't even know about that
Puppets,
show.
they don't matter.
Yeah. Okay. Good list, Delaney. Thumbs up. Top of the list. V expect. Unsurprised. Velma was a good choice for the top.
Velma shocked all of you. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Good stuff. Let's get into Justin's 5-1.
So I let myself add one anime character, and then I remembered how much I like anime characters, and now 5 through 3 are all anime characters, but hopefully not super obvious ones. So number 5 is Leto from Gargantia on the Verdurous Planet.
As discussed previously by Justin in a Top 10 podcast.
Yeah, I brought the show up before. Yeah. It's a really, really great show, and Leto is part of why it's so good. Because at first it's okay, he's the stereotypical aloof bad boy, fish out of water story. He comes to Earth. Oh, I don't know anything, but I'm cool and mysterious. But he changes and he grows and he not the cliche way. He actively seeks out culture. He's not just whatever. He shows up and he wants to learn. He does want to understand. He genuinely cares. And he not only is forced to change a lot there's something that happens in the back half of the show where everything he ever knew is called into question. It's a very good philosophical discussion. I don't want to spoil it because it's only a 13-episode show. But Leto, in just 13 episodes, a lot of character development really changes, and his relationship with Chamber, his mech suit friend, partner, whatever you want to call him, it's basically the anime version of the Iron Giant. I adore Leto.
I'm curious about this.
It's a mech anime, but barely a mech anime.
Justin said the anime version of Iron Giant, and Delaney got interested. Yeah, that's how that.
I suddenly started listening. It was amazing.
So he's a great character, and I don't think the show gets enough credit. And he definitely gets a lot of character growth, which, as y'all can tell, I like character growth.
Thumbs up.
So my number 4, another anime character, this time from the show Another. We have Azumi Akazawa. Anyone?
It sounds a little familiar.
So Another is a wonderful little horror anime about a class where everyone dies. And basically there's one mysterious ghost student that shows up every year, and they have to figure out who it is, or someone will die every month. And it's executed a lot better than it sounds. But these are 8th or 9th graders. And Azumi is...
They all should die.
Yeah.
That's the reaction.
Oh, don't worry. That's
I'd say from Sam.
But Azumi is head of countermeasures, meaning it's her job to make sure people don't die.
What
And
a
like that kind of
difficult
responsibility
job.
at someone her age, she handles it remarkably well. She's kind of an antagonist in the beginning. She seems against our characters, but eventually she does reveal herself to be a very strong protagonist. Her brother basically was killed by this class's curse like 3 years ago, so she's got that connection to it. And she's just a very strong character.
Okay, but is
And
the curse like they all die every year? Like what?
the curse is
So
that
for that
someone
class
dies
you're
every
from.
month until they find who the extra person is.
Who the extra person is?
Right, like a ghost joins the class, and until they
Oh.
find who the ghost is, someone dies every month. And at the end of the year, they don't know who it is, and just
So this
everything
happens to
goes-
every class. I'm just really confused about this. What?
It's this one class every year, so it's class 3-3. Every year it happens.
The heck? All right,
Stop having
interesting.
class in that class then.
It's a strange class, but it's a strange show. But
Hashtag
Azumi is just a
anime.
very
Yeah.
interesting character. It's a great.
It's strange. Hashtag anime.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of a strong female character from an anime, and my mind just always jumps to her. She's a wonderful character.
You need to watch more Slice of Life for all the female
Well,
characters.
I don't want to watch more Slice of Life. I want
Dylan has not
horror.
seen Justin's animes, and Justin has not seen Dylan anime. Okay, continue.
Speaking of anime Dylan hasn't seen, number 3, we're going way back to the 80s. Because it's Robotech time.
Yeah, no, I've not. But yeah, you
Uh,
shout out to Justin's history of robots articles. Yes, continue.
yes, I have mentioned this. You're right. The character I want to talk about is Roy Harper. Roy's an interesting character. I didn't expect when watching an anime from the 80s to genuinely feel something. But Roy is this kind of mentor character. He's a pilot, and in very Top Gun style, he dies about halfway through. And I remember sitting there, jaw dropped. So spoilers for a 30-year-old show. I remember sitting there, jaw dropped, looking at the screen, and my mom walked in and she's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "He died. He's on the cover of the DVD box. He can't die yet. That's not allowed." And he was just he didn't get as much development as I would have liked, but he was definitely the cool mentor figure. And I think the fact that they killed him off like that was definitely a bold choice, at least in the Americanized version of an anime in the 80s. That was rather rare. They would often kind of like work around that or hide the fact of character death. But no, they faced it head on, and I thought they did a really good job with it. And I miss Roy still, and I'm still really, really, really upset about that. And they're remaking the original series as a new comic, and I will buy every issue except the one where Roy dies. Because I will be sad.
Thumbs up. Good. Yeah, you
Thumbs
were
up.
like describing Game of Thrones earlier, except you're talking about Robotech. Interesting. Yeah.
Yes. And then my number 2 is a character I really, really relate to, and that's Mordecai from Regular Show.
Yay, regular show. Never discussed on here.
I actually know I actually know that character.
I know that character, sort of.
So Mordecai,
Main character of the
he's
show.
the main
Never seen it.
character of the show. He's the Blue Jay, and Rigby's okay, but Mordecai to me is just so relatable. He's very much good-natured, good-hearted. Yeah, he's a bit of a slacker, but he's a guy in his 20s. You know, he's trying to get his life. And over the course of the 8 seasons of the show, we see him grow. Again, I really like character development, guys. And we see Mordecai change. We see him go through multiple relationships that he's genuinely invested in and cares about, but they don't work out, and he has to move on. And he's a character we see go through a lot of change and a lot of growth, and just I see a lot of myself in him, a lot of just that good-natured, wanting to just have fun and hang out and stuff going crazy. And can I spoil the finale of Regular Show? Is that acceptable,
No.
Dylan?
The series
Too soon.
finale?
I think it's too soon. Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
it? Okay.
Hashtag
it's
too
just-
soon.
But the finale of the show does give some resolution to the character that I could not have predicted. And I think it just shows that life, you never know what's going to happen. And I think Mordecai's a good example of that. And he always just faced whatever happened, whatever strangeness head on. And he's a cool guy. And I always feel in familiar company when watching Mordecai.
Nice.
So finally, after this crazy roller coaster, who could I have possibly put at number 1? And she's on anyone's list. I will be genuinely shocked. But the girl of two names, some know her as Jenny, and some know her as XJ9.
Yay.
On my honorable mentions, so I feel you.
So, from My Life as a Teenage Robot, Jenny Wakeman, XJ9. This was my show, guys. Like, this was my show. I was very little when this started, but here was this cool kick-butt robot girl who was just awesome, and a teenager, and a robot.
So many good things.
I know, it's everything a little nerd Justin loved. Like, you want to talk childhood crushes, mine was a robot. And just, there was not enough of that show. She had quite the interesting comic book style rogues gallery of villains, but at the end of the day, she just wanted to go rollerblade at the skate park down by the mall. And I think that was just something really neat about her, and she doesn't get enough love. We don't talk about the show at all, but My Life as a Teenage Robot, Jenny Wakeman, just an average teenager who just has to worry about rusting.
Yep. We were talking about Life as Teenage Robot on the Patreon group recently, yeah. I was considering Jenny for my list as well. I love that show.
She was almost on my list. Like, I love her.
Yeah, many people our age's childhood crush on a robot. Yeah, it's great.
But I appreciated the design of that show a lot.
Yeah,
the animation was really good.
Yeah, the animation was really good.
I think this is a frequently discussed show among our age bracket, so thumbs up. Yeah, good list, Justin. A little surprised that you did not reference a show I will talk about later, but yeah.
Is it Animu?
No, it's not Animu.
I know the show you're thinking of. My character from that show got bumped to honorable mentions, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay.
I had to make room for Roy because I knew you would talk about the show.
Yeah.
Oh, I know the show. Okay, I figured it out. All right.
Good stuff, Justin. As lived up to the quirkiness expected from a Justin list. So, thumbs up. Okay, let's move on to Michelle's 5-1.
So, when Delaney said that her number 5 was Daffy Duck, I had a heart attack for a hot second, but it's okay because that's not my number 5. But mine is Donald Duck, and that's a weird, super weird coincidence that we would have ducks. Donald Duck, I guess, Daffy Duck to you is what Donald Duck is to me, Delaney, because, Donald Duck, he's so pissed off all the time. I love it. He has such good comedic timing. He just sits there and just screams and jumps up and down, and it's just, the best thing in the world to watch. It's amazing.
Who can do a Donald Duck impression?
Who's brave enough to try?
No,
not me. My dad can do one.
I just realized I didn't put Popeye the Sailor Man on my list, and I'm really mad at myself.
Be an honorable then when we get around to that.
Yeah, I didn't expect our list to go in this direction, but interesting choices, people. Yeah.
I mean, you can see the appeal, though, right, Dylan?
Yeah. Hey, how we talk about animation? I'll talk about Disney. Come on.
Yeah, true.
Mm-hmm, yeah. That's a whole other. Yeah.
No Disney. Are there any been Disney princesses so far on our list?
They're in my honorable mentions.
Oh my god, people are gonna riot. Okay, continue, Michelle.
My number 4 is Princess Carolyn from BoJack Horseman.
Yeah, because she's a princess, just not Disney.
No, she's
not
too
really
good. Different kind of princess of my heart. How about that? She's so good. For people who haven't watched the show, BoJack Horseman is about a horse, an anthropomorphic horse man. No, he's not a man. He's just a horse. Who is known for basically being on a feel-goody family sitcom.
He was on Full House,
on Full House, but not Full House.
Matters.
And he that was the peak of his career. Princess Carolyn was his agent for a couple of the seasons, and his ex-partner. And now she's off doing her own thing, and she's just amazing. She's she cares very deeply, but then she also has this feeling of caring too much will get her into trouble, so she tries to suppress them and just do her own thing, but she still ends up helping out BoJack all the time, and he does not deserve it, but she is amazing. She's so good. I really hope eventually we get to do coverage on BoJack because it's such a fun show to talk about.
Yeah,
it's on my list.
Yeah, we will likely be covering next season of BoJack
whenever it happens.
Yeah.
Still no date.
You want to be there for that?
I'm
Okay.
gonna be there.
Good. I will be there too.
Yeah.
I've watched the show a couple times over.
Oh,
I need to
good.
get
We got
caught up.
Prime.
Once
Perfect.
Dylan catches up, we'll be eligible for coverage of BoJack. But yeah, thumbs up.
Yeah, okay. Well, you're never gonna do that.
Yeah.
Number 1 on my list now, so maybe it'll happen.
Okay.
Yeah. Good stuff. Continue.
Number 3 is Anthe Himenia from Revolutionary Girl Utena. I will never shut up about that show. It's so good. It's so gay. Anthe's like, she's a main character. She like, it's hard to talk about her without like ruining every good part of the last like 5 episodes of that show. But like, I always talk about this show in terms of it having like really, really good character development. I think Anthe is like one of the best payoffs of a character in an anime I've ever seen in my life. Like, it's so gratifying and it takes so long and it's so successfully done and so believable. And I think it tackles a subject matter that's like difficult, but very, very well done. I love her. She's so interesting. She's so complicated, and you would never think she was from the first like 20 episodes of the show. So it's just like, it's so good. You should give the show a chance if you haven't already. I remember there was one person who ended up watching. You're like, it doesn't seem as gay as Michelle said it was. It's like, well, 90s, but like it's there. It's
This is the one you were talking about, and I was like, oh, is it gay? Should I watch it?
It's so gay.
To me, I like to watch dubs, and like the dub is kind of
Watch the Chinese dubs, you know the rule. Like,
yeah, but like I
dubs.
like to be a little rascal, and I like to watch the dubs
I like
because
to
I
be
know
a
it
little
annoys
rascal,
everybody.
Sam quote.
I think particularly the woman who dubs Anthe's really bad at delivery. She makes her sound super weird and like super evil all the time by accident, and it's a little distracting. So you'll just have to keep that in mind if you do watch the dub.
Also, the woman who voiced Misty voices Utena.
Oh, really?
Rachel Lillis, yes.
That is cool to know. Thanks for that.
No problem.
Okay, number 2, Pearl from Steven Universe. Pearl's good.
Not shook.
What?
I said not shook.
What's
I'm
the
not
opposite
shocked.
of shook, Delaney?
Not sure.
Phil.
What is the opposite? I don't know.
It's an interesting question. Pearl is so good, though. I mean, I don't know. I wonder, like, if I'd known Pearl as a young child, like, in a show, like, maybe when I was, like, 7, I would have been like, oh, I'm, like, totally not straight. Like, look at this. What happens, so we'll never know. But, like, really, though. Pearl's so good. I love her design. I love that she's like such a mom and is so like neurotic, especially like in the first season. She's just like always like, Steven! But like, I remember when I first started watching the show in college, like when I was like stressed, somehow hearing her voice made me feel really soothed in a way because she just seemed so mom like for real. I loved Pearl. And then when like the stuff happened, you realize she's such a homo. I was like, oh my god, now she's perfect. Swords. Yay. And it's like, come on. It's the total package.
That was the best description of Pearl I've ever heard in my life.
It's like really hot in here and it's like past 10 o'clock, so I'm getting loopy, but like Pearl's
Yeah.
I think that's
we're
default Michelle, but you know.
Save Michelle.
It's like we're all hotboxing in our rooms right now,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
That's the
Somebody makes fans have to be off because they're loud.
Sam told me to get off Tumblr, also being on Tumblr, obviously, so.
Oh my
well,
god,
you're the main.
yelled at us from do that.
Yeah, he did.
Look, I don't have to talk here a little bit, okay? Just
Meanwhile, this is the same person. If you caught Mel drinking a Dr. Pepper, Dylan's like,
obviously OVA
Like,
Dylan is looser than FTSW Dylan. Okay.
Oh,
Continue.
really?
so many rules.
Yeah, Pearl, great. Thumbs up. I expected. I'm not shook. I agree.
number 1 is Helga Pataki from Hangar Alt.
Yes.
For real.
suggested
Helga
that
was
to
my
my
everything
list.
as a kid. Like, she was my number one thing I identified with. She's really angry. She's a tomboy. She's so confused, but like, she's so smart. And like, her family life is like, got so much going on, but like, she has so much potential. And the poetry, she's just awesome. Like, she essentially is the main character of the show by accident, but it's kind of true. She's so good. What's not to like about Helga G. Pataki? She's the fan favorite for sure. Nobody's like, oh man, I identify with Arnold so much. He's like my forever. Like, no, Helga! Always
Helga's realistic, yeah.
Realistic, like, for sure. Yeah, so that's my number one.
Nice, good number one. I think we still follow the same picture of Helga Pataki every day on Tumblr. Sam, CC Sam, yeah. I don't think they post it anymore, though.
No, they stop for a couple months and then sometimes they remember.
Yeah.
It's just her like pretending to be a gargoyle in the park. It's great.
Oh my god, that's great. It's so good.
Yeah, good list, Michelle. I think I've heard you talk about Helga before, so not Shook as well, but yeah, it's good. Got to do a Harold retrospective one day.
Oh yeah,
please. Oh, seriously,
Sam is waiting for the movie.
Yeah, we almost did a movie at some point. I think from a patron choice. But
wow, when was that?
From a patron choice. I think that was a candidate anyway.
Was I invited?
No.
Yeah, exactly. So it didn't matter.
Obviously, you were going to be. I know you like Arnold, so I would have obviously put you on that.
Me and Summer are gonna go off and do this when you're not looking.
Yeah, exactly.
I bet by all means, I welcome that nowadays. Believe me.
Sam would explode and not know why. She'd be like, "What?"
Yeah. So no, that was with So good list, Michelle. Thumbs up, and Loopy Michelle, obviously best Michelle because that's basically normal. So that's good. Yeah. I anticipate quotes about Pearl from Michelle making their way onto the patron Facebook group. Iconic,
good.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my god.
That was number one, correct? We good? Okay.
Yeah, we good.
Sam?
Yeah.
Okay, it's Sam's turn for 5-1.
Yes, it is.
Are you ready?
All right.
Okay,
sure. Go. Okay, number 5, Sam Manson from Danny Phantom.
Yes.
Oh.
Yay! So spoilers, Danny isn't on my list. Sam's the only one on my list. Another person who is basically a little part of myself, obviously. When I was in, I guess, like the 7th grade or whatever, I had this notebook full of songs that I would just write, just like lyrics. And I wrote a lot of songs about Sam Manson. I don't really know why, but I don't know. She's just this really like cool and like, goes her own way and like, unrequited love, whatever, maybe, who knows. And that's always like a plus for me. I like that trope, falling in love with your best friend. That's like one of my faves.
I feel you saying.
Yeah. And I don't know, she's just like, she's great. I love her. She's not the best, but she's my fave from the show. She doesn't have like too much like hubris and like her. Like, I think if there's the best character from Danny Phantom, it's probably Valerie or Vlad. But Sam's my favorite, so we're just gonna go with her.
Sam's list of 10 characters named Sam. Number 1, Sam from Danny Phantom.
Okay, so usually I hate when characters are named Sam because that's my name. And I don't really like associating with that because
other Sams.
Yeah, I don't like associating with other
same.
Sams.
I will never have that problem.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah, you're lucky, Delaney.
We talked about this recently because new patron Connie, I was like, you obviously watch SU. And Sam's like, no, everyone has to watch shows that have characters with their name.
Yeah, Sam feels that
But
pain.
Sam likes Sam, so disproven.
Okay, I was young and
another lifetime
She was
ago.
also my fave from Danny Phantom, though.
Exactly.
Like, she's obviously
There
the
you go.
best.
she's the best. Anyway. That's that. Number 4. Okay. Spoilers. Number 4 was going to be Quasimodo from Hunchback Notre Dame. I bumped into my honorable mentions because Michelle reminded me how awesome Helga Pataki was.
Yay! High five. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry. We can bleep that.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
I don't know if there's anything else I can say about Helga that Michelle already didn't. Helga is the most nuanced character in a show full of nuance and a show full of like deep like thoughts about like 9-year-olds basically. I don't know, it's just everything about her and like what she goes through in her home life and, you know, how she copes with everything in her life is true to, like, the reality of the world. And I think it's great that Nickelodeon and Craig Bartlett, etc., they were willing to show that on television, especially television aimed towards kids. You know, I look back, you know, that was a show that was happening when I was growing up. I look back as an adult and, like, that's, like, really poignant to me now. I have great memories of Harold. I have great memories of Helga Pataki, and, like, I watch, like, some of the episodes now. I'm like, wow, that still really hits really hard. Especially the episode, Helga on the Couch.
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah, which is, like, Helga going to therapy. I'm like, wow, I've had, like, these thoughts and, like, these conversations with my therapist. And it's amazing. And I'm really glad that they allowed this level of reality to happen in a show that, you know, could have just been, you know, another
zany kids doing zany stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Recess.
Yeah, like Recess. You know, Harold and Recess are kind of like on opposite ends of the spectrum here. So, you know, it's great. You know, kids are adults and you should treat them as such. And, well, no, they're not adults, obviously, but, you know, kids are still people.
They're capable of more than you think.
Yes, that's what I meant. And, you know, there you go. Helga, number 4. Great.
We've got to do Harold now. Like, after that.
Thumbs up.
Thanks.
Thumbs up. Continue.
Number 3 is Faye Valentine from Cowboy Bebop. Alright, y'all can keep your Spikes and your Jets and your Eds and all the other Cowboy Bebop characters. Faye's the best. I know she's
hot
like
take from Sam.
Hot take.
Yeah, exactly. You know, Steve Blum, whatever. So I know Faye she has a lot of fan service in her, obviously with her outfit and, you know, the compromised positions she often finds herself, particularly in the Cowboy Bebop movie. But she is so well voice acted in the dub. Wendy Lee is amazing. And she brings so much to Faye Valentine. It is, like, astounding. Especially Faye's episodes that deal with her amnesia and her past dealing with the amnesia. Especially the one with the Betamax tape. You know, spoilers, not really spoilers. I'm not really going to mention too much about it. But there's so much, like, hidden depths and emotions in this character who, you know, is kind of like, I'm the, what do you call it? Not like the rogue, but I don't know, the loose cannon, you know, you never know what I'm going to do. And, you know, she's the best character on the show. You know, she's the best acted. She has more to offer than Spike. You know, Spike's really like one note, like, oh, I love this one girl, but this one, like, silver hair Sephiroth guy, like, blah, 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 whatever, who cares? Faye is amazing, and I love her, and, you know, she's just, and also her aesthetic is amazing, so, there you go. Okay. So number 2 is Princess Bubblegum from Adventure Time.
Wow, I did not see that coming.
I'm not shook.
Princess Bubblegum, obviously my favorite character from Adventure Time. You know, me and Dylan really like her. I don't know, she started out as just, you know, oh, I'm Princess Bubblegum, I'm quirky, and Finn loves me, blah, blah, blah. But,
accurate.
You know, in the later seasons, like, she has grown so much. Like, even beginning from, like, season 3, season 4, she's grown, like, so much. And she's become, I don't know, just something so much bigger than her original role in the show. She has a lot of hubris and has a lot of, you know, faults and, like, just things that she gets wrong and, like, things she has to face. And, you know, being a leader just isn't, like, all, like, sunshines and rainbows. It's hard. And she doesn't really know how to, like, cope with, like, her controlling, you know, micromanaging versus, you know, being a good, moral, ethical person. But that's what's so great about her. Like, she gets stuff wrong. She is, you know, maybe too logical, maybe too this, that, the other. But she is still, at the end of the day, you know, trying to do what she believes is right. And I think, again, like, that's, like, a lot of nuance and a lot of, like, a subtlety for a show that, you know, hasn't really been too subtle in the past, but, you know, as obviously it's growing in subtlety, and Princess Bubblegum is just, she's amazing. So, yeah.
Yeah. Cosign.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks. And number 1, honestly, I'm surprised I picked this myself. BoJack Horseman.
BoJack himself?
BoJack
Wow.
himself.
I think I can see why, though. Yeah.
So BoJack Horseman is a jerk.
Yes.
He's an a-hole. He is a terrible person, and it is amazing how anybody likes him. And let's just say that is pretty relatable.
Mm-hmm.
He is, as you watch the show, like, obviously the show is about him, you know, it's named after him. The show goes through, like, various points in his life, and, like, you kind of learn, like, how he became this terrible person, and how
selfish, yeah.
Like, he doesn't really want to be that way, but it's just easier to be that way, rather than to just, like, you know, face his demons, and then, like, face everything that's, like, wrong with him. It's easier to just be bad. But he wants to be good. And, you know, there are, like, so many points on the show where, like, his actions are just, like, the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Particularly in season 2, it gets, like, really dicey. And I don't know, it's just, like, he knows that he's not good. And he wants to be better, but he just can't figure it out. And he suffers from that. And, again, that's something that's really human and really, like, deep and really true to life, and that's something obviously I appreciate. And I hope, you know, as the show goes on, that like, he'll maybe be better and he'll actually try, but who knows if he actually will, because, you know, he has been surrounded by people who, I guess, enable him, which, you know, whatever, you know, I'm not really a fan of that whole mentality, but I don't know, if you have people around you telling you, you know, you're the best or whatever, eventually you're going to believe it and you're going to shut everybody out who's trying to criticize you. And hopefully, you know, he will be better than that, because he knows he can be better than that. And that's why BoJack is my number 1.
That is awesome. I kind of want to jump off on that too, just because, yeah, BoJack is, like, that's why the show is so interesting, because the show never, like, makes him, like, super sympathetic. The show is like, no, he's an a-hole. Like, this is not cool what he's doing. Like, it's awful. You shouldn't like him. And
so
you can,
like Rick, but, like, extreme.
More. He's worse than Rick, I would say. Would you say?
It's like,
yeah, he's worse.
And it's, like, really depressing.
It's really, and that's why it's so relatable, though. Like, exactly. Like, it's like he, instead of trying to fix the problems that he clearly knows he's doing, he's like, well, it's easier to just pity myself, be like, I'm awful, I can't change myself. And his friends are like, you know, that's not true. Like, you can fix this. You're just too damn lazy. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna leave and make another problem. But he still wants to fix himself. That's, like, the tragic fascination with him as a character.
Truly, it's a Greek tragedy here.
It is.
Nice. Thumbs up the BoJack talk. Hopefully more coming on the podcast.
I'm more interested. Now I will extra watch.
Yes, seriously, it's a good show.
I just need to find motivation to do so. If we're gonna cover it, you know I'm gonna watch it. Like, that's what I do.
You actually watch the shows we cover, yay.
Except for, like, the ones I absolutely cannot stand, like Adventure Time. So
ooh, hot take, yeah.
That's a hot take.
That'll be my hot take. Yeah. That's what I need to say.
Oh, yeah, send that in. Yeah. You'd like Adventure Time, current Adventure Time. But anyway.
I just can't get through it. Like, I just can't get through
you would
it.
Absolutely. Anyway. Good.
Sea of Six.
Good list, Sam. Thumbs up.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's a good list.
Good stuff. Justin, hey, how you doing?
I like related characters.
Hi, I'm here.
I wasn't sure. Okay. Justin's story, yeah. It's this is going very long. That's interesting. We're on pace for like 45 minutes. No, it's not. It's everyone. We're on pace for 45 minutes. At some point, but, okay. Let me get through. JK. I'm very tired. Let me get through my 5 to 1 and then we'll wrap it up. Okay. So 5, I added, while we were talking, added number 5 because I remembered about one of my favorite childhood shows. This is the childhood show section of my list. Okay. Is Ed, ED from Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
Yes. Oh my god, yes!
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
Retweet.
I would peg you from, like, a double D
I mean,
person.
I love double D.
I'm a double D person. I'm a double D
person.
Yeah.
I'm a double D person.
Okay.
Okay,
yeah.
You know what I mean.
Yeah. No, Double D's great and Eddie's great, but Ed was my fave, and yeah, I don't know. I loved Ed, Ed and Eddie. It was my favorite show, like when I was I don't know, like 7 to 10, I think. Yeah.
That's why I watched it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got buttered toast and stuff like that. There you go. There's my Ed
I
impression.
almost put Plank on my list just to troll
Plank
Dylan.
would be great inclusion.
I
You should've
straight up
done
was
it.
going to do it, and then I
That'd have
was
been
like,
great.
I
I would
can't.
have. No one would put a troll pick in. Come on, guys. Anyway,
I almost
no.
did.
I need to rewatch some Ed episodes. That to me, when I was younger, that was like literally the funniest thing. So
Good.
It was
I did
so
recently.
good.
and Ed's
It's also
Have
the
you ever had a
weirdest show.
jawbreaker?
yes, specifically because of
Yes.
Ed, and Eddie. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever
But
had
never
one.
sees that,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Ed is an iconic character, so had to include him. Number 4 was my Code Lyoko spot, and I went back and forth on what
Not
character
shocked.
to. I don't know. I don't remember who my fave was. I think I put Aelita here. At 4.
That's what I was gonna put, so I'm really glad I swapped her out.
That's what I put here. I think Yumi may have been my favorite when I was younger. I don't even remember, to be honest. But yeah, they're all great. Code Lyoko was my first fandom, and it was Ed, and Eddie was my favorite show. I think then Code Lyoko, then Avatar. So that's the genesis of Dylan's life. And Code Lyoko, yeah, it's I think it's still incredible. I need to rewatch it, but I'm sure it holds up. Aelita's great. She's this character with surprising depth, given that she starts as like this fantasy image, I think, and then she, I won't spoil the end of the first season, but she becomes pretty complex and interesting, and she's great. The whole show's great. I think I would still recommend it. I'm due for a rewatch of Code Lyoko. Maybe that'll be an activity. For Miraculous Ladybug fans, the creator there worked on Code Lyoko, is one of the biggest French shows at the time. Yeah, thumbs up on.
I need to watch it because like my brother watched it, but I was like, that's his show. I don't want to watch it.
I feel that.
And also like it didn't make any sense to me. And then
I'm not
so
claiming
I
that
would
the
really
show
like
makes a
to
lot of
rewatch
sense,
it.
but yeah, it's great.
You
I
can
would watch, like,
skip
flashes
most
when we
of
watch
season
it.
1.
I don't co-sign that. Don't listen.
I can't.
It's
skip
basically
it.
like
It's not how I
Ladybug,
work.
nothing happens till the finale.
Yeah, but something
You
does
take that
happen
back,
in the finale
sir.
of Code Lyoko, but
That's
it's
what
a
I'm
similar
saying.
show to
Nothing
Ladybug.
happens
Yeah,
until the season
the
1
fact that Code
finale.
Lyoko goes places after season 1 gives hope that Ladybug will be more complex.
Please,
but I still think
praise.
season 1.
And I do love
I still
Ladybug.
think season 1 Code Lyoko is great. I don't co-sign that. That's like people who you'll find people who would be like, you don't need to watch the first 10 episodes of Avatar. I'm like, oh my god, go away, stop. Like,
I don't skip
like, stop.
things.
Yeah,
No.
don't.
Please note, I've literally made lists for Dylan where I have like cut out episodes that he doesn't have to watch.
Yeah, but
I don't do
unsuccessful
that.
still.
I
Anyway,
Yeah, exactly.
anyway,
He's
there's
never
the Code
watched
Lyoko
them 'cause
spot.
he's an
Now
idiot.
I have to know everything.
Now we've gotten to the current show slot, which I think that current characters are held to a higher standard because I haven't seen the full thing. But there's like 2 or 3 current characters that stand out for me. None in Steven Universe, which is interesting, but obviously I have some honorable mentions from Steven Universe.
I know who your number one is.
From my current, number 1 is not current character, but 3 will be Star. Yeah.
Okay, I'm shocked.
Star Butterfly.
Wow.
But she's your number one.
Number 1 current character. Well,
right.
I mean, there's the
Yeah,
2.
okay.
I mean, I don't know. The order doesn't matter here. But Stars, I love Star. I say my feelings on Star all the time. So yeah, you can listen to our Star podcast for more on Star opinions. We're regularly podcasting on that show. Star is an incredible character. Yeah, she's great on many levels, like larger societal points, and just a great in-show character. So Star Butterfly 3. 2 is my Ruby spot. Ruby the show, which is obviously very hard to choose from Ruby or Weiss for me.
How did I not put Blake
Yeah,
on my
Blake
list?
yeah. So Ruby, I think it's interesting because clearly Ruby is like not the best show in the world. But its strong but its strong points are its characters. Like this is the list to put Ruby characters in, I
That's
think.
why
yeah,
you watched
that's
it.
So I'll put Ruby Rose here at number 2. I also shout outs to Weishni.
She is great.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
That
a
is
real person.
That her-
I would say if we did best characters, granted, I wouldn't say Weiss is the best character of all time, but Weiss is probably definitely the best character on the
Currently
show
the
right
best
now.
character on the show. I agree in terms of development and stuff. Yeah, Ruby. I love Ruby on Ruby, and just the fact that I'm so into this.
She's
The fact that I'm so into this show, despite the fact that it's like pretty mediocre at the moment, like totally a testament to how into the characters in the world I am. And Ruby herself is incredible. I love her so much.
I'm here for Bumblebee, and that's it.
White Rose fam, come on.
Well, yeah, but like, I mean, I will Ladybug forever.
Yeah.
It's never gonna happen. But like, deep in my soul.
So check out our RWBY coverage. We'll most likely continue when it comes back in October. So
we will complain. Get ready, but
get ready. So there you go. Number 1. So originally he did the max 3 Avatar slots, and then I cut it to 2 and then 1 to accommodate for different people. So so 1 is an Avatar character. Like, who do I pick between Jinora, Aang, and Katara?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. I don't know who I pick out of that. So
Jinora was almost on my list.
I'll put Aang here. I don't know. It's all those are my 3 favorite characters of all time: Jinora, Aang, and Katara. So if this was like an actual favorite, like, I tried to diversify the shows and stuff. But I mean, listen to our 150 podcasts on From the Spirit World for more on my feelings on Jinora, Aang, and Katara. Yeah,
listen to Dylan as he sounds adorable in the first couple podcasts.
Except I don't think
for his voice crack.
Little baby.
Breaking news recently though, DongWuFang.net no longer works, so I'm not sure.
Oh, R.I.P.
Yeah, I don't know if it's. We might have to restore the site. But yeah,
to summarize, listen to our Fantasy Survivor of Avatar and Legend of Korra if you just want a modern Dylan
take on it,
talking about Jinora for an hour and a half.
Listen to that one for sure. I think we didn't have to.
For the record, that's every time Jinora is ever on screen. Whenever we did an episode discussion, so like I've gotten all of that.
Survivor for that one, and then she was back in the All Stars, and her and Connie were best friends. So there you go.
Good. Oh,
yeah. So there you go. There's my.
That makes me happy.
Okay, let's quickly run through honorable mentions. I'll go first. So honorable mentions, I said Katara, and Aang. I got Taiga from, I'm not gonna remember the anime shows off the top of my head. Iconic, for Toradora. Madoka from, Madoka, whatever. And, from Proya Madoka Magica. Nagisa from Clanad. I mentioned Azusa before. Tamako from Tamako Market. Connie from Steven Universe. Lapis from Steven Universe. And Weiss, as I mentioned, from Ruby. Our honorable mentions. Delaney.
Okay, going from like bottom of my honorable mentions up. Sylvester from Looney Tunes, because you don't understand, I love Looney Tunes. That was the stuff, man. Like, it's so good. Sylvester's a cat, like, obviously, like, duh.
Why did you say Sylvester's a cat?
Because he's a cat.
I like cats. That's why I like
in the world.
Yeah, that was an unexplained statement. Okay, continue.
Tweety is a bird.
Yeah, I got that. I get it.
Is a duck.
I'm not saying it's not true.
Okay,
anyway, continue.
I just like, I like cats. Obviously, I like Sylvester. Like, he's a cat. Duh. Like, that's what I meant. Anyway. I also I added the only one I've added is XJ9. Obviously, like, I loved Life as a Teenage Robot. So great. And then Osmosis Jones. That show is the best stuff. Like, quality show. Loved Osmosis Jones.
I've only seen the movie.
Oh my god, no, the cartoon, so good. And then Tom from Tom and Jerry, also a cat.
Delaney's top 10 cartoon cats. That's the next list.
Yeah, oh my god, I can do that. Like, let's go.
Do that too.
Let's go. It'll be okay. And Sam has to be on just to do that. Like, the whole time.
Meow.
Miyuki number 1.
And
anyway,
then,
continue. Yeah.
Right. Moana. Because she is my fave. I love her. I finally have a Disney princess, and I just love Moana so much. And then Peter Pan. I attempted to be Peter Pan for Halloween 4 times, and my parents only let me be Peter Pan twice. We
They're
went
like,
through.
God, stop it, lady. He's already done it twice. God, mix it up.
Yeah,
no more Peter Pan.
And then I went through 2.5 videotapes of Peter Pan. Like, I say half because one was a hand-me-down video. Love Peter Pan. I just found out that a production of Peter Pan is coming to my university, and I freaked out. Like, I found this out like 2 hours ago, and I was like, we all have to go. Oh my god. Like, when they did like the live, I love Peter Pan. Like, it's just the best. And the original Peter Pan movie, like, it's so great. Like, it's just perfect. And then my top is Donald Duck. I do love Donald Duck. Like, he's great.
Oh, it's a lady.
Like,
I'm so happy.
when I went to Disney World, the absolute one plush I had to get was Donald Duck. I love him. Like, he's great. He's always been one of my faves. He's a duck. He was in the Navy. He's so great.
Yeah, he was
like,
in the Navy.
Him.
He sails. He's everything you want a duck.
Also excited for the new DuckTales. Like,
DuckTales. Yeah,
the whole Duck family. So great.
Apparently likes that. You keep describing these characters by saying character is this animal. I'm like, that's true, but what does that have to do with anything? Anyway. Yeah.
Well, I just said also a duck making fun of myself.
Oh, okay,
that's
good.
why.
Self-referential.
He's so Lord.
Okay. That was. I wouldn't be. I'm tired. I'm too tired to make a self-referential thing
continue.
as you're going. Are you done? Okay. Good.
Yes.
Thumbs up. No, JK. Good honorable mentions. Delaney bringing all the old school animals to the list, so that's good. Top 10 animal cartoons or top 10?
And different, like, I love animals. Like, when Zootopia came out, like, I was so lit. Like, I would 100% be okay with this.
On your list? Yeah.
I had a crush on like Mufasa when I was a kid.
That's amazing.
Top 10 weird childhood cartoon crushes. Actually, that would be a good.
Okay,
I had a crush on
I have
Ponytail
to
Zuko.
I had so
That
many
actually
weird
would be a
childhood
good.
crushes,
That would actually
Dylan.
be a pretty popular
That would be a good-
podcast.
I think people would
Everybody,
listen to that.
everybody
Yeah,
had a
for
crush on Kovu from The Lion King too. So.
Oh,
I think we should actually do
I had
this,
a
yeah.
crush on Zuko. Not hot Zuko. Zuko with the ponytail. 9-year-old Delaney liked the ponytail. That's not okay.
Yeah.
At least Zuko's a person,
no
but
Zuko
still.
on anyone's list.
Yeah, Zuko's not a lion.
Anyway, Justin, honorable mentions.
Quickly run through my honorable mentions. Shiro from Log Horizon, Penny from The Amazing World of Gumball, Dog Keeper from number 6, Aelita from Code Lyoko, Beast Boy from Teen Titans, Duncan from Total Drama, Crypto the Super Dog from
Yes! Oh
Crypto
my
the Super
god.
Dog. And
Love that
this
show.
this one was going to be on the list. I cut it due to recent events, but Ember McLean from Danny Phantom.
Okay, thumbs up. Good stuff. Michelle.
A Sailor Uranus from Sailor Moon because she's like the best gay. Right, everyone's in
Best
love
gay.
with her. Even like Usagi and characters like so into her. Like everyone just, she's like the Stevani of the show. Like no one is immune, but especially not the girls.
No one is immune.
Nope. And then Korra, of course, from Legend of Korra. Mulan from Mulan. Moana from Moana. Peridot from Steven Universe. And actually Greg from Steven Universe too. Greg's actually pretty awesome as a character. I really like him a lot. I think he's important.
Nice. Thumbs.
I've started to like him a lot more, so.
Yeah,
actually-
he's like a sweet dad. And he puts up with a lot of like stuff. And he's still like a very sweet person. I think that's kind of underrated.
He's very
Sam.
pure.
Sam, okay. Pearl from Steven Universe. I didn't want to put her on my list because, I don't know, I'm kind of like burnt out on Steven Universe, and I think I need time to reflect.
Yeah.
Bolin and Korra from...
I'm really shocked Bolin was not on your list. Like,
Yeah.
I was shocked.
I loved Bolin back in the day, but, you know, time moves on. He had less to do after season 1, so there you go.
So true.
Also, Korra, I just wanted to, like, put in, like, book 3/4/ just Korra alone Korra, but Dylan wouldn't let me.
Yeah, you can't have part of a character. You got to take all or nothing.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
you know what? Whatever. Diane Wen from BoJack Horseman. Marceline from Adventure Time. Quasimodo from Hunchback of Notre Dame. You know, also hashtag relatable, whatever. Amethyst, Steven Universe.
Hey, Amethyst.
Sophie from Howl's Moving Castle.
Ooh, nice.
That was the first Miyazaki movie I ever saw, so I love Sophie. Danny Phantom, because, you know, why not? Miss Piggy, because Dylan said I could put her on, because she's a puppet.
Miss Piggy's
Not allowed.
awesome, though.
Well, if you include
there's an
baby,
animated, yeah.
baby Muppets, you do
Animated.
get animated.
Yeah, but I didn't like them.
But she did appear in the animated film Cartoon All Stars to the Rescue.
God,
There you
not
go.
again.
Oh,
She-
guys, can we
she
talk about
was-
Space Jam? Question mark.
I said
Okay.
animated characters from hybrid movies are allowed. Yes, so you
Michael Jordan, my
no,
favorite animated
not
character.
the live action person.
I think he actually might appear animated in that film for some.
That is so good.
Roger Rabbit allowed on this list. That was the ruling. Yes, it could. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Miss Piggy, because, you know, she's my favorite Muppet. Leela from Futurama, because, you know,
Though she is pretty great.
yeah, I like Leela. I was gonna put Fry on there too, but Leela, whatever. Tigger from Winnie the Pooh.
Oh my god. Tigger, yes.
Yeah, I had
I
a
was
Tigger.
obsessed with Tigger.
I had a Tigger costume when I was a kid, and I would always just, like, you know, ride my butt down the stairs with the Tigger costume on.
It's so great.
And
Yeah.
I
Image is so strong.
I broke off the tail with doing that.
They need to make those more durable. Like, what else are you gonna do in a tiger costume? Like,
I was
come
like
on.
4.
This is so great. Oh my god.
And last, she was gonna be on my list originally, but I just couldn't justify it. Mitsuha from Your Name, because
yeah.
I don't know, because when I watched the movie in theaters recently, it was like, wow, she's really cool. I really like her, but yeah.
Check out our Your Name podcast. Yeah, good choices, everyone. Yay.
Dylan needs to go to bed.
Yeah.
It's almost time.
Yeah, for which for Dylan is bedtime. Yeah, fun weeknight. So
it should be Sam's bedtime too, but whatever. I live on the edge.
Good list, guys. Glad we do this. It's our 2-year anniversary. Thank you very much, all OVA listeners, for keeping us going. It's really your listenership and support that really does what enables 392 podcasts in 2 years, and we're going to keep going along. State of the podcast, we are stable. We've been stable for a while. To be honest, I'm not really thrilled that we're not growing. It's a big concern of mine. If you've noticed, I've been changing things up, whether it be changing the intro or having a ton of people on podcasts or trying longer ones, stuff like that. I'm just trying to see what's...
I think that would insinuate that we're unstable, though.
No, the desired is growing, and we've just been stable listenership for a while. So I've been trying to switch things up. We'll see what sticks. I don't say this lightly, but now's the time to support us if you considered it. I'm someone who listens to podcasts and just doesn't support it all, but those are pretty successful ones. But we are in pretty dire need of support. So here's how the best ways to support us in order. Number 1 would be to become a patron. Our patrons are absolutely the number 1 thing keeping this podcast going. That's our entire financial support, which enables us to be very, 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 very slightly profitable, but not really. And at least we're not losing money. So thank you very much, all of our patrons. That's the number 1 way to support us. Number 2, I would say, please leave us an iTunes review on overlyanimated.com/iTunes on the main feed specifically. We really need more iTunes reviews. That would be number 2. Positive, hopefully, but
what do iTunes reviews do for us?
Well, they get us noticed.
They get boosted. Yeah, we don't chart at all. And I mean, I don't know if the iTunes reviews correlate to charts, but people see more iTunes reviews, they think more legitimate podcast, etc. It's a pretty important thing. Number 3 would be any sort of interaction, whether it be comments or retweets, reblogs, recommendations, anything like that. All of that is very helpful. And, we don't necessarily get a ton of that. YouTube comments, anything like that, helps us grow. We'd really appreciate any of that stuff. But also just listening, very much does help as well.
Tell your friends.
I keep track of numbers on everything. I see any impression you can make on the podcast, I'll see. So, thank you, all of you. Because we've been podcasting on not particularly popular, culturally popular shows, and yet we've been, maintained a decent amount of listeners for 2 years. I think that's pretty cool. I mean, I don't know. I think it's pretty cool that we get 1,000 listeners on a Star podcast.
That is cool.
Star's one of our more popular shows. I think that's cool. And, of course, Steven Universe coverage going well, Rick and Morty trying to build that up. So, thank you guys. Thanks to these 4 people. I think I talked about it. I don't know if I said that in the beginning. That was 5 hours ago, but so.
Yeah, you did. It was okay. It was an hour and a half
Justin's
ago.
hosting a bunch of stuff. He's doing an incredible job. Delaney, Sam, Michelle doing a lot of stuff, and thank you to them. And also our.
I'm not doing it.
I said doing a lot of stuff. Thank you.
I'm not doing anything.
You're on when you're on, so.
Okay, yeah, exactly. I'm not doing a lot of stuff.
Well, you're relative to shows watched, anyway. And we have all our new co-hosts. That's incredible. Thank you guys. And our infrequent DAF co-hosts as well, all part of the OVA family. And we're going to ramp up into a pretty busy season eventually. Not yet, but we're going to get Rick and Morty and Star and SU and Ruby and Voltron and Ladybug. They're all going to be back in a similar period of 3 months, so it's going to be fun. Stick with us for that. And subscribing to us. Yeah, that obviously helps. Although I can't see how many people subscribe to the podcast because iTunes is really outdated and stupid. But, so I have no idea how many people subscribe to us on iTunes. Everything else I can see. But, so
Dylan knows.
Thank you all for listening to us. If you made it to the end of this podcast, comment saying that
secret password,
saying what who had the best and worst picks on the list to give us that.
Oh boy!
Ow.
Why is it one of Justin's choices? No, JK. But it's a
No, it's one of mine. Don't worry.
For which one though? No, but yes.
We're gonna get one random person who's like, "Why would you pick Lindsay?"
Yeah. So that's the multitudes of the making dents into the blanking on show name fandom, but yeah, the total drama fandom. There you go. Anyway, thanks everyone, and we'll be back for hopefully podcast 500, which is going to be like within a few months, so it's not that far away, but.
What are they going to do?
I'm hoping to get that clip show going that we talked about, but that's a lot of work, so we'll see if that happens. Recently, Rob did that on his 2000th episode, so I thought that was good. That was like 4 hours long too, so that was interesting. But yeah,
okay, Rob.
Podcast, yeah, that's where the Lindsay thing is from. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. Overlyanimated.com for everything. Check us out, and patreon.com/overlyanimated. Of course, that's the number one way to support us. Thank you very much. Our patron Facebook group is really kicking, by the way. Like, I think that's the number one incentive to become a patron. A lot of great discussions in there. Overly Animated, patreon.com/overly animated. I honestly would recommend it. And thank you for all of our parent patrons, especially our patrons podcast, Hugh, aka Hugh Neutron.
No Jimmy Neutron on our lists.
Almost made mine.
Hugh Neutron almost made your list.
No.
What did I expect Hugh Neutron?
Okay, so Hugh Neutron.
Honestly, Goddard should have been on my list.
Hugh just put out a super cut of Justin and Michelle saying a word many times on a Samurai Jack podcast, and it's very good. Check that out on the Facebook group. But maybe, I don't know. I don't want to put it at the end of this because it's a PG podcast, but yeah, it was one of the more notable recent from this World podcast. So, and thanks as always to our page executive producers, John, Ryan, Steve, and Alex, who almost single-handedly are keeping us going. So thank you those four, to be honest.
Thanks so much, you guys. Seriously.
So, we're going to keep chugging along, here. We got, I think I'm probably gonna continue to hold until after this podcast on Justin's, robots, retrospective. So check that out soon. It'll be up after this one, and, a bunch of other good stuff, continued roundtables on all of our most popular shows. So thank you guys for listening. And we will see you next time as we enter year 3. Yay.
Yay. Now we're gonna be like, I don't know,
a
toddlers.
grandpa podcast.
I guess so. I don't think it's that old.
Dylan's been podcasting for 10 years, by the way.
Dylan is the ultimate grandpa podcast.
Anyway, thanks guys. Bye.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.